In the last video, we'll discuss about the serializable, conflict serializable, and view serializable, and the difference between recoverable and non-recoverable schedule. Now, in this video, we'll discuss about recoverable schedule in details, where three types of recoverable schedules are there: cascading schedule, cascadeless schedule, and strict schedule. Now, what is recoverable schedule? Now, if any failures occur, then in recoverable schedule, we can roll back all the transactions which are related successfully. So related means if the data rate is there. Okay, so that means if we can say two transactions are there, say T1 and T2, and they are interrelated because the dirty rate is there. Now, due to some failure, if we can recover both the transactions, if you can roll back both the transactions, then we can say this schedule is what? It is recoverable. Okay, so there are three types: cascading schedule, cascadeless schedule, and strict schedule. Now, what is cascading schedule? In a schedule, if failure of one transaction causes several other dependent transactions, so dependent means the dirty read is there, to roll back, then such schedule is called as cascading schedule or cascading rollback. Now, you can say here T1 to T5 transactions are there. So write. So here one dirty read is there. Okay, there is another dirty read. There is another dirty read, and another dirty read is there. That means what? First you have to execute T1, then you have to execute T2, then T4, then T3, and then T5. Okay, that means what? T5 is dependent on T3. So T5 is dependent on T3. T3 is dependent on T4. T4 is dependent on T2, and T2 is dependent on T1. Now, if failure in T1, if somewhere failure occurs, because T1 in T1 execution operation is commit operation is not executed, that means what? It is possible, it is high chance that due to some failure we have to roll back. So if failure in T1, then we have to roll back all. So if it failures, that means what? We have to roll back this one as well as this one, this one, this one, and this one. So we have to roll back all T1, T2, T4, T3, T5 one by one. So this concept is called, it is called cascading schedule. Okay, or cascading rollback. So cascading schedule क्या हो गया? तो ये क्या है? T2 डर्टी रीड, ये सब जो है डर्टी रीड है. T2 T1 का वैल्यू रीड कर रहा है, T4 T2 का वैल्यू रीड कर रहा है, T3 T4 का रीड कर रहा है, T5 T3 का रीड कर रहा है. तो सबके सब इंटरडिपेंडेंट है. सो T5 T3 के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है, T3 T4 के ऊपर, T4 T2 के ऊपर डिपेंड है, T2 T1 के ऊपर डिपेंड है. अगर फेलियर होता है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे कमिट इंस्ट्रक्शन एग्जीक्यूट नहीं हुआ, अगर T1 फेलियर होता है तो साथ में क्या है? T2 को भी रोल बैक करना होगा, T3 भी करना होगा, T4 को भी करना होगा, T5 को भी करना होगा. सबके सब एक साथ सबको साथ एक साथ रोल बैक करना होगा. तो इसको बोलते हैं कैस्केडिंग रोल बैक. और इस शेड्यूल को हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? इसको बोलेंगे कैस्केडिंग शेड्यूल. ओके, सो कैस्केडिंग शेड्यूल. तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे? सपोज यू कैन से अनदर एग्जांपल. हियर थ्री ट्रांजैक्शंस आर देयर, T1, T2 and T3. So here the dirty read is there, dirty read is there. Definitely it is cascading schedule. Now first commit the T1, then commit these two and this one. Now this is what? It is recoverable. This schedule is recoverable, but cascading rollback is there. Now if failures here, if failures occur here, that means what? We have to roll back all these three. If failures occur here, so no problem on T1, but we have to roll back both T2 and T3. So what is cascadeless schedule? So this is what? Cascading schedule. Now what is question is what is cascadeless schedule? Now in cascadeless schedule, rollback is not present, then it is called cascadeless schedule. So if cascading rollback is not present, then it is called cascading schedule. In a schedule, if a transaction is not allowed to read a data item until the last transaction that has written it is committed as or aborted, then such a schedule is called as cascading schedule. Okay, now we can convert this schedule into cascadeless schedule if you issue commit here. If you issue commit here, commit, and commit. Now if you issue commit here, that means what? All are cascadeless schedule. Now cascadeless schedule allows only committed read operation. Now no dirty read is allowed in cascadeless schedule. That means what? Now it is not dirty read because T1 is completed. Now T2 is what? It is a fresh start of T2 of a variable. After that committed operation is executed. That means what? End of T2 transaction. Now this is also not dirty read. This is also not committed because of this committed operation. This is also not dirty read. This is also not dirty read. So in cascadeless schedule, we allow only committed read operation. Now no dirty read is allowed in cascadeless schedule. Now if failures occur somewhere here, that means what? This 1, 2, 3, 4, all the transactions have completed their turn. Okay. Now all the now T1, T2, T3, T4, all the transactions are completed. Only T5 is remaining. So we have to roll back only this one, not all. Okay. Now two schedules are there, S1 and S2. Okay. Now we can see read a, write a, commit, read a, write a, read a, commit. Now can you say which one is the cascadeless schedule and which one is the cascading schedule? You can pause your video. Now you can see in cascadeless schedule there should not be any dirty read. Now you can see here dirty read is there. So dirty read is there. That means what? This should be the cascading schedule. Cascading rollback is there. But here dirty read is not there, but blind write is there. It is what? It is called blind write. Blind write is there, no dirty read is present. It is called cascadeless schedule. Okay, so if the blind write is there, then no problem, we can say it is cascadeless schedule. But if it is a dirty read is there, that means we can say it is a cascading schedule. Next we will talk about strict schedule. Okay, now if in a schedule a transaction is neither allowed to read nor write a data item until the last transaction that has written it is committed or aborted, then such schedule is called a strict schedule. Now you can see these two schedule here, dirty read is there before committing the transaction T1. It is cascading schedule, as well as it is cascading rollback is there, and it is not a strict schedule because before committing any transaction it initiated the read instruction is initiated, read instruction is executing. In this case blind write is there, so T2 is executing write operation before on variable A before completing the T1, before issuing the commit operation by T1. So this is cascadeless schedule but not strict schedule. But you can see here the same variable A before initiating any instructions, any execution by T2, first complete the T1, okay, all the operation. After that we can initiate the T2 transactions. So that means what? This is called strict schedule. So strict schedule में क्या होता है? यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? कमिट करने से पहले रीड कर दे रहा है, तो इसी कैस्केडिंग शेड्यूल है, तो डेफिनेटली रीड स्टार्ट हो जा रहा है, तो इसका मतलब क्या है? ये स्ट्रिक्ट शेड्यूल नहीं है. इस केस में क्या है? कैस्केडलेस तो है बट ये स्ट्रिक्ट शेड्यूल नहीं है. क्यों? क्योंकि राइट स्टार्ट हो जा रहा है. तो स्ट्रिक्ट शेड्यूल में क्या है? रीड राइट कुछ भी स्टार्ट नहीं होगा जब तक ये खत्म नहीं होता. जब तक कोई भी ट्रांजेक्शन खत्म नहीं होता है तब तक कोई और उस सेम वेरिएबल को यूज नहीं कर पाएगा. बी वेरिएबल को यूज कर सकता है, सी को कर सकता है, डी को कर सकता है, बट बी को ए को नहीं कर सकता है जब तक कोई ट्रांजैक्शन इसको यूज कर रहे हैं. तो फिर क्या हो गया? ये स्ट्रिक्ट शेड्यूल हो गया. तो स्ट्रिक्ट शेड्यूल है ना, इट इज कॉल्ड स्ट्रिक्ट शेड्यूल. तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि अगर कोई स्ट्रिक्ट शेड्यूल है तो डेफिनेटली वो क्या होगा? वो कैस्केडलेस होगा. वो क्या होगा? वो कैस्केडलेस होगा. ठीक है. अगर कोई कैस्केडलेस है तो डेफिनेटली वो क्या होगा? वो रिकवरेबल होगा. So that means if you are here, that means the schedule is strict schedule as well as cascadeless schedule as well as recoverable schedule. But if you are here, so it is not a strict schedule, it may be the cascadeless schedule, but it is also the recoverable schedule. Now if you are here, neither cascadeless schedule nor a strict schedule, it may be the recoverable schedule. It is a recoverable schedule, okay, and out of that it is non-recoverable schedule. Okay. Okay. In the next video, we'll talk about equivalence of schedules. That is another particular video. Thank you very much.